Now this is a review that I wasn't planning on doing, but halfway through this game, I knew that I had to talk about it. Trover Saves the Universe is a game created by Justin Roiland, the same man behind or the co-creator of Rick and Morty, which is one of the best animated shows on right now, if not the best animated show right now. Seriously, if you guys have not seen the show, please go do yourselves a favor and watch it. Anyways, Trover Saves the Universe is a new action-adventure platforming game in which you play as a character known as a Cheropian that has his dogs taken by an alien named Glorcon, a monster that wants to use your dog's energy to destroy the world. But a new character named Trover comes in tasked with you to save, you guessed it, the universe. So Trover Saves the Universe was a game that caught my eye at Sony's 2017 E3 press conference with a trailer that had me, to say the least, I was cracking up. I was laughing so hard. But of course, when I found out the game was being created by Justin Roiland of Rick and Morty fame, I knew I had to pick up a copy, and plus the game is only $30. So, how is the game? Well, Trover Saves the Universe is an entertaining, and to put it lightly, it's fucking hysterical. Seriously, guys, there were many moments throughout this game where I could not stop laughing, but it shouldn't come as too much of a surprise given that this is a game from the co-creator of Rick and Morty. And honestly, guys, it's the funniest game that I have played since South Park: The Fractured But Whole. There's even humor and aspects of the game that I wasn't expecting, from gathering these green power babies that have their own descriptions that will have you laughing hysterically, to the trophies of the game themselves. Seriously, I'm gonna repeat myself here. I could not stop laughing throughout the entire game. And by the way, try and collect all of the green power babies, because the bonus that you get at the end as funny as can be, to say the least. Now, in terms of the story, the game is fairly basic. Dogs get stolen, guy comes in and helps to get dogs back. Now, the story was basic, again, but I would be lying if I said I wasn't entertained in all of my 7 to 8 hours of playtime. And by the way, I'm still continuing to play it, so that might grow to around 12, depending on how long it takes me to get the Platinum Trophy. Throughout the game, you take Trover, who is voiced by Justin Roiland, and is teleported through random worlds as you collect crystal babies so that you may save the world from Glorcon. And along the way, you come across some very weird, but very entertaining characters, ranging from a person named Pop-Up to guys talking shit at you as they stand at a castle, to a person in a cube running a zoo of sorts. The dialogue that Trover shares between all these characters is so damn entertaining, and there were parts of the game in which I just didn't want to continue playing just to hear the dialogue continue and continue. I mean, seriously, if you guys are fans of Rick and Morty, the dialogue of this game will crack you up, because the game shares the exact same humor as Rick and Morty.
Now they understand what they're up against. Do you guys understand what you're up against? You're up against a fucking giant wall. Good, try to jump on it. You can't. There's collision detection on every fucking part of this wall. Shit, there's an airplane. Hold on. There's a fucking airplane. You hear that? Yeah, I hear it. Must be coming from Burbank Airport. They changed the name to Hollywood Airport, so that's why it's so fucking busy now.
Now, one of the things that I absolutely loved about Trover Saves the Universe was just how meta this game is. Now, in the game, you control the Cheropian that also controls Trover, so technically, you are controlling two characters, and how they implement this mechanic was actually really clever. And throughout the game, Trover talks to the Cheropian as if he is talking to you, and there's even times that he will even grow a little impatient along with other characters if you're not just getting on with things. And there are so many situations in which I made a certain decision and that Trover will just freak out, in which I could not stop laughing. One situation involving a bathtub in which I will not spoil for you guys because it is that damn funny. How you play the game, how you fight in combat and solving puzzles, how you interact with certain characters, Trover will react.
Whoa, well, holy shit, dude! I mean, I could see that puzzle from down here. That's insane! That's an insane puzzle! I mean, what the hell? Jesus, I don't know. Should we check online? I mean, maybe there's a strategy guide online. What the hell were they thinking? What the hell were the developers thinking with all these buttons? That's not fun. This isn't fun. This isn't a good game. Just a bunch of buttons. It's lazy. Fuck this, dude. Come down. Come back down. Screw this shit.
Now, another thing that I really dug about Trover was the art and animation style. For those of you who have seen it, and I'm gonna bring it up again, Rick and Morty has some of the most creative animation out there, and Trover feels like a spin-off of Rick and Morty in a certain way, and it feels like a show that Rick and Morty themselves would have come across in one of the Intergalactic Cable episodes. Like, it is that much like a Rick and Morty game. It's crazy. The game is very colorful and vibrant. The worlds look fantastic. There's a couple of them that I thought looked beautifully animated, and some of the textures, even on Trover and on certain people, look freaking terrific. Now, something that I was really worried about was that you had to have either a VR headset for the PS4 or a PC in order to play Trover. Don't get me wrong, the game is built for VR, but I was worried that since I didn't have a VR, I wouldn't be able to experience the game. But thankfully, the VR mode is just included, so the game doesn't require you to play it in VR, which was really nice because this game is such a blast. And another thing that I was really happy with was that the game has excellent replay value, not just because of the trophies, because again, this is one of those games in which I am going to aim for the Platinum trophy, but you can do situations differently, and I just want to see a few just to see how Trover reacts to them. Now on to my frustrations. One of them is that the game takes you through various worlds, and while you're able to explore, I want to say about 90% of them, there's just a few of them that I feel like that are there just for the sake of plot, I felt like. For example, there was a world called Tech World that seemed really cool and I loved the design of it, but you're only there for really a max of, I want to say, 10 to 15 minutes. Like, it just felt like it was there just like, oh, look at this world right here. And it was a world that I really wanted to have more story in. Another of them was at the game's length. I really wish it was a longer game. Now, to be fair, they do justify this with a $30 price tag, which is really nice. But I feel like it could have been a tad bit longer, personally. Another small gripe that I had at times was that the platforming can be a tad bit frustrating. That and the combat was a bit simple. I mean, it's not really particularly challenging, but in the long run, it was something that I personally didn't mind, but the combat is a bit too simple. It's not really deep.
Let's just chill out. What are you doing? You're just fucking around. Come chill with us. Come on, let's chill. Our walkway is not that long. You could have been here now 3 times over. The walkway is not that long. I believe me, I know. I installed it myself.
But all in all, I was not expecting Trover Saves the Universe to be as good as it was. My issues aside, I had such a blast with this game, and I'm going to continue to play it just to show my friends. From the smooth gameplay, to the basic yet very entertaining storyline, to the humor that had me rolling with laughter, to the terrific animation, Trover Saves the Universe is an easy pickup, and I'm easily going to give this game an 8 out of 10. If you have a PS4 or a PC, and if you're a big Rick and Morty fan like myself, this is an easy buy, especially for the $30 price tag. I hope you guys enjoyed my review of Trover Saves the Universe. If so, please hit that like button, share, and subscribe. Also, don't forget to hit that notification bell for whenever a new video game review of mine goes live. If you guys want to see my review of Devil May Cry 5 or Kingdom Hearts 3, please click either the left or right sides of the screen. And of course, until my next video game review, I'll see you guys next time.
And we will